Hey guys, so listen, I'm still out here in the woods and I went for a nature walk today. And and on my trail I came across this log. You'll see this image. It's a log laying across, or a tree rather, laying across a river. And the only way to continue on the trail was to cross the river by using that fallen tree as a balance beam. So I stood there and I thought about it. I looked at the water, looked at the beam or the tree. I looked at my feet. I questioned my balance. And then I turned around and I looked behind me just to see where I'd come from. I hadn't gotten very far down the path. So I wanted to continue, and the only way to do it was to cross this river. And I was really scared. Well, I shouldn't say really scared, but concerned because I was out there by myself and I'm thinking, well, what if I fall? What if I fall? What if I slip and fall? And I think that's the fear that most of us have when facing new challenges. What if I fall? But then I thought about it as I stood there looking down at the river, as I'm standing on the edge of this tree trunk. And I'm thinking, what's the worst that could happen? What if you do fall? The water's not very deep. Your shoes will get wet and muddy. There's nobody here to pull you out, but you could pull out by yourself and you're not going to be hurt too bad if you do. The least you should do is try, especially if you want to continue on this path. So I took my hands out of my pockets so that I could use my arms to balance myself. I thought about all the high wire artists I'd ever seen and how they were able to make their way across a tightrope, even if they were only even if they were on a unicycle and had a bar to help balance themselves. And then I laughed at myself because I was like, it's not as serious or as dire as that. You're not going to hurt yourself too bad, even if you do fall. And so I took a deep breath. I reminded myself not to look down, but to look ahead. And I slowly took one step in front of the other and made my way across that log, across that tree trunk to the other side of the river. And when I got there, I thought about how that's such a perfect metaphor for life, and how it would have been so easy for me to stop right there and turn around and walk back to my cabin. I thought about how I thought for a second that I needed to have someone there with me just in case something went wrong. But I realized that the truth is that even if I do fall, it's never going to be that bad. The water's not that deep. Your shoes might get wet. You might get a couple of scrapes and cuts along the way. And you'll be embarrassed, but at least no one's there to see you. So what if I do fall? I'd rather fall having had the adventure than never have taken the adventure at all. So that's what I wanted to say. I hope that helps someone. Just remember, there will always be rivers, sometimes lakes, sometimes streams or creeks that you have to cross. And sometimes there's a tree trunk lying across it to help you. Sometimes there's a rope bridge. Sometimes there are rocks and you can walk across on the rocks. Sometimes you just have to swim. But no matter what, you have to go for it. You have to go for it.